that. Okay. Now, you guys are getting 2 for 1 because this morning before church, I went live. But because I was running late, I said I was going to come back here because I was rushing through the steps. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to come back on live tonight because I did promise you. So that's what we're doing. We went live again because you got to get this makeup by the end of 2025, okay? Now, good evening to everyone. Hope your Sunday was good. I know you're prepping for tomorrow, Monday. I changed the direction of my camera. I keep changing because the reflection of the mirror keep coming on the screen, and I want you to focus on the makeup and not anything else. So, back at it again. Another day, another live. 30 days, 30 lives. Because we're about to learn this makeup together, child. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm tired for you. I'm tired for you. Like, why don't you know how to do your makeup? In 2025. You should be able to hold a brush, put it to your face, and do a little 1-2. Okay? Now, don't you fret. Alright? Because I'm here to show you what I've learned throughout the years. Now, I am doing my makeup the same way every single time. It doesn't change. So when you come on the live, like I said, it's 30 days. I'm doing this live for 30 days every day at 10 p.m. except Sunday. Has to be like 8 a.m. because I have Bible study at 10 a.m. and my commute to my church, from my house to my church, is an hour. So the makeup live on Sunday will be at 8, but maybe I'll just stick to the 10. You know what? I'll just stick to the 10, but I'm gonna do my normal makeup in the morning on Sundays. But the rest of the days, honey, 10 p.m. Okay? Catch me at 10 p.m. for 30 days. We're gonna do this makeup live. I'm gonna show you how to do the makeup, and again, it's the same way every single time. Okay? Now, as I always say, the first step to your makeup is always your skincare. Alright, so I am just moisturizing my skin right now. I did my skincare routine with my products. Okay? And I am just adding some extra moisture to my skin. A little Korean moisturizer. Hi, beautiful. Thank you for joining the live. Okay? We got you'll be sick of me. I'll be on here for the next 30 days. Well, we have 20 what we have? We have 25 more days. Because this is day 5. Okay, 30 days, 30 lives, and we're about to learn this makeup. Alright, so my skin is moisturized. I let that absorb into my skin. If you realize, I did put it under my eye because you do not want dry under eyes. Okay, one of the reasons why your under eye is cakey and patchy is because it is not moisturized. If you do not have an eye cream, it's okay, honey. You could use your moisturizer. Now, in addition to my face moisturizer, I am going to be putting this plumping serum / primer. So this will give me some added moisture to the skin. In addition to this plumping serum, I will also be putting another primer on my skin. Alright, this is just for some extra moisture because, again, as I always say, good skincare will always result in good makeup. Once you have a good skincare routine, your skin is moisturized and hydrated, the makeup will sit very nicely on your skin. You will have no issues. Alright? So, plump right back. All of the products I'll be using is on my showcase. I do have a specific um category. I have makeup faves, but on this live they're all added to this live, so you could always just go check it out. Okay, so I'm applying the plumping serum to my face. Okay, and then we're gonna go right ahead, just let that absorb into my skin. All right, and my skin is a little bit on the side of irritated because I'm on my menses and I get a breakout when I'm on my period, so I have a few breakouts. But you know what? It is what it is. It's gonna go away by the end of the week. Now, the next step, we're tackling the eyebrows. All right. So let me just bring this closer. All right. So grab your spoolie and start brushing on them eyebrows. Now my eyebrows are a little bit oily, and I honestly do not want my eyebrows to be oily because if you realize I put the moisturizer, the primer, tooth bag eye, everything is on the brows. I don't want oily brows, so I'm just gonna wipe off all of the oils I just placed on my brow, and then we're gonna go ahead and just brush it up, just like that. Brush it up, brush it up, brush it up. Right now, I'm getting my I went to bed at 3:48 a.m. this morning, and I had to wake up. When I woke up, it was after 8, so I had to go and take a shower quickly because my friend was coming to pick me up so that we could go to church together for 9 o'clock, and I had to come on this live quickly to do this live, child. So I have not slept. I am tired, but you know what? A deal is a deal. I said I'm coming here 30 days to show you how to do the makeup, and I am not skipping a day. Okay? Even if I have period pains, I'm coming on here to show you how to do the makeup. The least you can do, okay, is practice. Okay? Don't just be looking at the live. Get you the products. Practice the makeup. As I said, I am doing this because there are too many women out there who do not know how to put on makeup, and that is just quite a shame. That's just not good. And it's not that you don't want to put the makeup, it's just that you do not know how to put the makeup. You never learned how to put the makeup. And the thing about makeup is that once you learn how to do the makeup, you will never forget how to put on makeup. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just help my girlies out. I know how to put the makeup. Let me just come on here, show them step by step how to do it. Now, what I just added on my brow is a brow glue. This one is from NYX Cosmetics. As I said, all of the products I will be using is on my showcase, so you could just go on in there, and if you don't have something that I'm using on here, you could always just get it. So I allow the brows to dry. I'm using a little fan just to dry it out. The brow glue, and the glue will just keep the brows in place for me. Okay, because if I decide to go swimming, child, I want them brows to stay on. Okay, now today in church when I got baptized, they took videos. Obviously they took videos, and the church always has this video. I am featuring in one of the videos, right? I'm the last person in the video, and I had my makeup. I had a full face beat that day. I had a full bold red lips. Okay, when I decided, okay, I was gonna give my life to Christ by water baptism, and when I got out of the water, child, I was like, yeah. And the makeup is on. Okay, the makeup is not running. I got dipped in that water. I got out, on my face is on. Okay, so the little sisters in the church is like, girl, what did you use on your face? I'm like, girl, I just beat my face. Okay, I can show you the products that I use, but I just made sure that I had a good primer and that setting spray was on, honey. Also, that day I did use my CoverGirl Outlast foundation. It is 24. It says 24 hours. Hold, it's transfer resistant, and it also has SPF everything. But that day I did not plan to get baptized. It was just, you know, I was moved in the spirit. I felt compelled that day, and you know, I just got dunked. And the makeup was on. The makeup never shifted, not one time. Even after I wiped my face, going to the, because they give you a shower, you have to go take a shower afterwards. They give you clothes to change, and the makeup was on. All right, so I'm blabbing. So what we're gonna do? Fill in the brows. Get you a brow pencil. In my case, I'm using a pomade tonight. I usually alternate between the pomade and a pencil. Either way, you still have to fill in the brows. Okay. For me, I could leave these brows exactly like that and just carve it out. But you know, I like a little bit of extra sauce. So I was going there, get in the bottom there just to define right here. Like this. And the top here, like this. And then I do hair-like strokes. Okay, so once you fill in the brows, that's what I recommend. Strokes that will mimic your hair. Okay? You get a more natural finish if you do it that way. Okay, honey? Same thing on the other side. And just do the bottom hair to define it. Now, if your brows do not look like mine, normally, I would recommend exactly what I just did. Get you the just define hair, get onto the arch, and just create the arch and bring it down if you don't have to create it. Extend that part down to the tail, and when you get hair, if you have to define a little bit, not too harsh on the product, do that like that. And then of course you go ahead and you continue to just do hair-like strokes, filling it in like this. Okay, that's if you have very scarce brows, because I know, you know, a lot of us, we do not have thick brows. Okay, exhibit A, I didn't have thick brows. Guess what I did? I went and I got my brows microbladed. So what I have on there is microbladed brows. So like I said, if I do not want to fill in my brows, I do not have to, because the brows are microbladed. I just give the extra sauce, like I said. All right. So once you put the product in, get you back a spoolie and just continue to brush the product into the brow so you can have a softer finish. All right. Next step. Okay, if this is your day number 5 on the Makeup Live, you already know I do the makeup the same way every single time. Okay, honeys? So, what's the next step? The next step is that I'm gonna put another primer on my face. Okay, because we did the plumping serum / primer. Okay, just to give me some extra hydration. If I just want to do this primer only, I can do that, but I am also going with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And if you know me, you know I use every bit of my product, every last bit, because we gotta pay money for them products, child. Okay, every last bit. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of them products for sure. Just like that. Okay, and when it says e.l.f. Power Grip, baby, it is a grippy. Okay, this is Little Miss Grippy right there. Okay, Little Miss Grippy. Okay, your makeup, your foundation is gonna exactly to that skin. Okay, very affordable. Concealer. Sorry, what am I saying? Very affordable primer, but she will get you right every single time. All right, so we're moving on to our concealer to cover our brows, and again, Exhibit A. I'm using this still has. Okay, I've been using this up for about 3 days, no, 4 days now. I cut it up and I'm using what's in there. I just had it in a Ziploc bag. But baby, I'm using every last bit of my product. I promise you. Promise you. We're not going to waste. Not on my watch. The devil is a liar. Come here. Right here on my little border right there, like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start to fill in them brows. Alright? Sorry, carve out. Now, if you're starting out the makeup and this is where you have trouble, I recommend short strokes. Take your time. If you have short strokes, you have more control of the brush, more control of the product. Okay? You don't need to rush. Get you some short strokes. Short strokes always for the win. Okay? Take your time. Now, get that product. Bring it all the way on your eyelid. Okay? Because this is going to act as your eyeshadow primer. Okay? Once you get the product on the eyelid, go ahead and you start blending, honey. Get your brush and start blending. Okay? Now, if you realize what I'm doing, I'm tapping it into the skin so that it melts into the skin. I am not swiping, no swiping. We are just tapping. Now, throughout the makeup application, any product I use on my skin is definitely going to be tapping, pressing motion. Alright? So keep that in mind when you're blending. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. Short strokes always for the win. Take your time. Don't rush the brush. Okay, take your time, honey. You got this. Take your time. Short strokes. That brush is from Morphe and the number is M164. All of the brushes that I am using, so there's a Morphe brush set. That's the exact brush set that I am using. And you can get it. It's on my showcase. You're welcome. Okay, short strokes. Take your time. Okay. You're welcome, honey. And then bring it all the way down on your eyelid. Just like that. Because this is going to be your eyeshadow primer. Alright. Get your brush again. And just start blending it into the skin. Just like that. Just like that. Alright. So concealer is already on. Eyebrows carved out. We're going to move along to our foundation. Now, tonight's foundation, I'm going to be using my Fit Me foundation from Maybelline. Okay. I do have a few foundations that I use. This is one of them. And I've used Maybelline Fit Me foundation for a very long time. Now, this shade is indeed my shade. However, it's summertime and my skin is a little bit darker. I have to actually go do a chemical peel but this is the shade that I normally use. It's shade 355 Coconut. So yeah, see how it melted? Now always, if you want a nice fuller coverage airbrush finish, foundation brush. Okay, use a foundation brush to blend your foundation. Okay, and it will blend like a dream. You see how that just blended into the skin? No trouble. You saw how I used the brush by tapping. Okay, tapping it into the skin. No swiping, tapping. Okay, same thing on this side. Now you just saw what I did on this side, same thing on that side. Okay, tap, tap, tap. Lift your neck, tap the product into the skin. Always when I do my skincare, when I do my makeup, the top of my brows, I always use my foundation. That way I do not have a lot of blending to do when it comes to the top of my brows. Because then when I put the foundation on my forehead, I just blend and it just has a seamless blend without me having to fight with my concealer on the top of my brow. Okay, so this is what I do. I use the foundation always on the top of my brow. It's easier to blend once I get there on my forehead area for my product, my foundation. Okay. Same thing. Blend, blend, blend. Thank you. See that? Tapping it into the skin. It's like you're tapping the product into the skin and it just melts into the skin. Now, because my skin is already moisturized and hydrated, once the foundation goes on, it has a nice skin-like finish. It's just, it looks very dewy. Okay. Now, once I've placed the foundation on, okay, if you're trying to do, I'm gonna show you something, another technique. This one is with the same, I'm gonna apply my bronzer. I'm using this contour palette tonight. I have used it a few times. This one, it's in my, like I said, it's Romantic Flower. This is in my showcase as well. What are you asking? What, are you asking the concealer palette or are you asking about the foundation? If it's a foundation, it is a Maybelline Fit Me foundation and the shade I use is 355 Coconut. This is what I use as my foundation. Okay, now I'm gonna be taking the bronzer, contour, and I'm just gonna apply some on my face because I want to use that first tonight. So I'm gonna use that palette and I'm just gonna work it into my skin. I want you to see. Alright, so I just take some of it. Now for some reason, this is the darkest shade. This is actually a dark palette that I got. And it's not really dark. Like dark. So I just apply it in the areas that I want to add some shadow to. Okay, see how it just melted with my skin, like it blends into my skin. Take my brush. The brush is from Real Techniques. See how it just melted? Let me show you this side. I don't even have to, like, I literally just have to do 1, 2. Melted. Let me show you the forehead. And then I'm just blending it into the hairline. See how it just melted? Just like that. Very easily just melted into the skin. No stress. Just melted just like that. Okay, so we're gonna go with the concealer now. All right. Now, I'm using the Illegal concealer. If you're having trouble with your concealer, you could follow this technique. Never ever fail you. All right, you'll always get your concealer right. Under your eye will always be concealed. Okay, and you'll have no cakiness. So again, if you're having trouble with your concealer, the technique I'm about to do, I always do. That's how I always do my concealer. Follow it and you'll be good. All right, so put it under my eye. Once I get to my forehead area, I just extend the concealer to the starting of my eyebrows, and then I bring it up to my forehead, and then I add on top my lip like this. Now, once I've placed the concealer here, I take my setting spray and I spray my face at this point. Okay, the setting spray I'm going to spray my face with is the NYX face glue. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, I'll let it set for a little while. Okay, and always I recommend, once you put your concealer on your face, please leave the concealer. Do not go blend the concealer. That is one of the reasons why your concealer cakes. That is one of the reasons why it separates. Because once you put it on, you have to give it some time to set. So wait 1 to 3 minutes before you start to blend the concealer. Now, if you realize what I'm doing, I'm using the fan just to speed up the process a little bit. Sometimes, depending on the concealer that you have, some concealers are very watery. Some too matte. That means it dries very fast. So pay attention to the consistency of the concealer before you blend. Okay, the Illegal concealer I always go to because I find that it gives a lot of coverage. It blends very nicely, number one. Also, the price, you could never beat the price. Like I always say, I've tried so many different concealers, like too numerous to mention. Okay, and I find myself going back to the Illegal concealer because she does what she needs to do, and I will demonstrate it right now for you to see. Okay, so with my concealer, this little dot of concealer I just placed on here, I take the same concealer brush that I just placed on there. I take a bit of the concealer under the eye and I drag it down. Okay, drag it down to my nose to start my concealer placement. Once I do that, I start to tap the concealer to connect these two pieces right here, and I begin the tapping motion to get down here. Okay, once you're done with the tapping motion, this is what you should be left with. At this point, you take your blending brush. Now I use 2 blending brush, a small one and a big one. So the small blending brush is from Real Techniques, so I'm going to do that first. Okay, and the first part of my blending process would be to soften this line right here. Now, to soften the line, all you need to do is back and forth, soft tapping motions. All right, so this is how. So just like that, get your brush and just go back and forth. Back and forth with the tapping, you begin to see the hash line disappear. So that will melt. This is just the product melting into the skin and just removing the hash line. You want that definition, but you do not want it to be so harsh. Okay? You want a nice seamless blend. So this is your first step. Alright? Now, once you get to this part under the eye, same thing. Back and forth motion, tapping motion. Okay? Look up. Continue your back and forth tapping motion. Okay? Back and forth, tapping. Yes, it is. Back and forth tapping. Okay? Back and forth. Just like that. Tap, 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 tap. So once I've done that, I'm doing one side first so you could see, and then we could go over the other side again to do the same thing. Okay? Once I've done that, I take my big blending brush. The other one is from Morphe. Okay? I go over the same areas. Okay? The big one will now give it a nice smooth finish. The foundation I'm using is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. The shade I am using is Coconut 355. Okay? So it will give, the big brush will give a nice filtered finish. Alright? So just like that. Tap, continue tapping. The concealer shade is Fawn in the Maybelline. Okay? Now, if you realize there is a hash line right there, you want it to have a seamless blend. Okay? Even if there are two shades, you want it to just blend into each other. So usually what I do, the foundation brush that I use over my face, I take it and then I just begin to tap and press into my skin. It will eliminate the hash line, soften it, and you have like a nice transition of colors. There's no hash line, or your under eye is concealed. Alright, you have the soft finish and it's not cakey. Okay, so that's what you want. That's what you want from your concealer. Okay, your concealer and your foundation to blend into each other, and you want the area to be concealed. So we're gonna go over it again. You're welcome. Okay, so concealer brush that you use to place that one dot there. You take the concealer brush again, tap the little dot, drag it down. Okay, this is you getting your placement. Alright, take the concealer brush, tap, tap, tap until you connect these two pieces right here. Continue tapping the product. Alright, this is what you should be left with. This right here. Take your small blending brush. Don't do that. Blending brush. First small one, Real Techniques. First area you tackle is that hash line on the nose, because we do not want that. We want it to be nice, smooth, seamless. Okay, so back and forth, tapping motion. Okay, until the brush melts the product into the skin, because the brush will do the work. Okay, the brush will do the work, and I always recommend, if you do not have Real Techniques brushes in your makeup kit, I don't know what you're doing. Go get you some Real Techniques brushes, because the bristles on them brushes, baby, she gonna do what she needs to do every single time. Okay, I'm not putting any pressure on this brush. I am just going back and forth like tapping motion, and the bristles is doing the work. Okay, so same thing under the eye, back and forth tapping motion, because you want the product to do what it's meant to do, conceal. So do not ever drag the product under your eye. You're not dragging. You want it to stay right where it's supposed to be. You want it to conceal. So tapping motions, it's like you're pressing the product into your skin. Okay, so no dragging. No dragging. Tap, tap, tap. Continue tapping. Okay. Get your big blending brush. Okay, go over the same areas because it'll give you a nice soft finish. All right, same areas, same tapping motion. Okay. All right. This hash line right there, we do not want it. We want a seamless blend. We do not want to see that. No, no, no. Get your foundation brush that you just use to blend your foundation and you use it as an eraser. Okay, it's gonna eliminate the hash line, honey. All right, you'll just have a nice seamless blend of colors just marrying into each other. Okay, just like that. No hash line. All right, that's what you need to get. Okay, that's what you need to see once you blend it. Now we go into the nose, same thing. The name of the concealer is LA Girl Concealer. You can find it in my showcase. The product that I'm using is attached to this live, so you could check it out. The shade is Fawn. I don't know what shade you'll be using, but they have a range of shades. They have color correctors, they have all things, everything you could think of. Alright, same thing on the nose and the forehead. Okay, my big blending brush, same thing. It's gonna smooth it over for me. Get that forehead together. Just like that. Now you do see this. No, no, no. I don't want to see that. Same thing. My foundation brush to eliminate this line because I want just to see everything giving me a nice seamless blend into each other. All right, so the highlight is there, but it's not, you know, wham bam bam, cut up here, cut up. No, we don't want that. We want it nicely blended. That's what we want. Okay, right. Now I'm gonna take my liquid blush. All right, so the blush I'm using today is She Glam. Okay, I did put the cream contour, but I'm using the blush now. So I'm just adding a few dots right here. I could probably put another one, but you know what, it's fine. All right, and I take the brush and I just continue. This brush is from Real Techniques. It's a blush brush, and bam, too melts into the skin. The brushes are just so good. It just makes the product melt, like melt. No trouble. The bristles are just that good. It will just melt. Okay? Look at this. And I am not putting any pressure on this, FYI. I'm literally just tapping it and it's blending the product into the skin. Okay, make it look like skin. Alright, now we're going on to the setting powder, sorry. So under my eye I use a translucent powder and I also use a pressed powder. Now the pressed powder in question today is from a palette of powders that I have. Okay, I'm using this palette, this shade for my pressed powder, but I'm gonna be using the translucent first. Alright, so let me demonstrate to you. Okay, I take my same blending brush. I just wipe it on my, I keep some tissue around and I always just wipe off some of the excess product from the brush. I take my product and I put it on here, on the cover. Oh, I will show you what I'm doing. This one is LA Girl Lasting Fix translucent powder. Now, once you have the powder, don't you ever take setting powder like this and put it under your eye. Hot mess. Okay? This is why your concealer is caking. This is exactly why. Because you're putting too much product under the eye. It doesn't need that. Okay? Tap out every excess that you can. Tap it out. You don't need that. Alright? Now, once I've tapped it out, I press the product under my eye. Now, see how this will just suck the oil. I want you to see the difference between the two sides. Once I have applied a little bit of setting powder, translucent setting powder, do you see the difference? It literally just sucked the oil, and you do not need a pound. You do not need a pound. Okay? Look at this and look at this. You never needed a pound. Okay, so once you put the product on the brush, do not put this under your eye. It will never work out. It will never work out. That's why your under eye is cakey. It's too much product on there. It's not necessary. Okay? Now, we always do a clean face bit around here. So the same thing on my face will be on my eye. Okay? So I set the eye too with the translucent powder, and I also set it with the pressed powder. Just like that. So this is what it should look like. See that? Yeah. Okay, to the other side. Okay, now guys, if you are not getting some of the things, like I said, we are 30 days. I'm doing it so 30 days. We have 25 more days left. Okay? And I do my makeup the same way every single time. So don't you worry. Alright? We have 25 more days of these lives. You will learn it. Thank you. I think it Lindy Way. Lindy Way. Oh, I like that name. Okay, same thing on your eye. Just like that. Press it, press it. I come every day at 10 p.m. except for Sundays, because I go to church on Sundays and I do the makeup before 10. But I decided that I'm gonna just do it at 10 p.m. because here I am on Sunday. I was here this morning, but I was rushing through the makeup because I was almost late for my Bible study. So I didn't really go in depth with the explaining, so I decided to come again tonight. But I'm just gonna stick to the 10 p.m. because it's just gonna work for everyone. So, well, I'm in Florida. So, yeah. So, 10 p.m. Florida time. So, all the areas you have the setting powder, you set it. Okay, set it. I even put some hair. I don't have any hair, but sometimes I do the hair on my nose, under my chin. Okay, see how that just sucked all the oils for you? That's what you want. All right, now for those of you who want to see what setting powder I use, let me just show you. Maybelline Lasting Fix. Now, as I said, everything I use is on my showcase, so you could get it there. So once I am done with the setting powder, the translucent powder, I go ahead and I take my pressed powder. Okay? Because, yeah, I need under that eye to be like a filter, honey. Okay? And that's what the two powders will do. Okay? The two powders will do that for you. So I take my powder puff. Okay? Get you the powder puff. Also in my showcase. Okay? Always. See what I'm doing? Tapping out the excess. And I take the powder puff and I just press the product under my eye like so. Okay? Now, do you see how clean under that looks? Do you see that compared to this? This is just a setting powder. This is also setting translucent powder plus the pressed powder. Okay? Don't you sleep on the two powders. If you want to use just your translucent powder, you could go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But me, that's what I do. Okay? And I also do it on the eyelid. Okay? Get your makeup together, boo. I'm showing you the makeup like this because I want you to get your makeup right. Okay? Even if you don't do it all the time, at least you know how to do it. So when the time comes, you know what to do. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. Now, taking the contour, I am indeed using from the same palette. Okay, this is what I just used for the under eye, and I'm using the contour to set the areas where I had the cream contour. Okay, I'm using an angle brush. This is from Real Techniques. It's a contour brush. Okay. Now, I didn't put any cream contour on my nose. I'm gonna just use the powder because I want a light, not too harsh contour on my nose. So this alone will suffice for me at the current moment. Hello. Okay, just like that. This is quite enough. All right. Then we go on to our blush. Because everywhere you have powder, you have to, everywhere you have a cream or a liquid, you always set it with a powder. So we're about to set the blush, and about to do that now. And the blush I'm using is the Buttermelt blush from NYX Cosmetics. Oh shit, I closed it too hard. It's not opening. Girl, open. Damn. Alright, now this blush is very much yeah. She is very much in your face. So you have to apply a little at a time because she will get loud. One thing about this blush, she will get loud, child. Okay, so blush. Okay, this should suffice. Alright, so once I put on the blush, my next step is to put my all over powder. Now, for my all over powder, it will also be the Maybelline Fit Me. Yeah, sometimes, like this morning for church, I only use powder blush. I did not use liquid. Sometimes, it's the same concept. Once you put the liquid, you just get a brush to blend it, or you use your beauty blender to blend it. I always use brushes to do my makeup, my face. So, but if you want to use just a powder blush, you can do that too. All right. When I am going out, I do like the whole 9 yards. I put like the liquid and the powder. But if it's just like a regular, I just go with the powder and I'm good to go. So all over. Now, if you're on that live, you know I always use all of my products until it's done. This still has a ring of powder. Yeah, I'm not using my new one until this is done. I will always get my money's worth when it comes to my products, child. Don't play with me. Okay? So I'm just gonna press my all over powder into the skin. Okay, this is also, my powder is also coconut 355. The foundation I use is coconut, and the powder is also coconut 355 from Maybelline. So the Maybelline Fit Me, that's my shade. So if you are my complexion and you're looking for a shade of product, this is what I would recommend. That's what I use. This is my all over powder. Now, if you want to define your contour a little bit more, just to make it a little bit more, just add a little bit of the powder right here, like your pressed powder. You don't need to go heavy with it, very light. I didn't put any. I don't want to put any, but just put some right here, and it will just define. You see how this just had the excess from the pressed powder. It will just define it a little bit more for you. All right, so you have that option. So my powder all over, and if you realize, again, I am not dragging, I'm pressing. Okay, and that should suffice. All right, so I'm done with this. I go ahead and I spray my face at this point, just to remove the powder look from the face, to make it look more skin-like. Spray your face with the setting spray. Yes. So it will give it a nice skin-like finish. Okay. Usually I do my low effort eyeshadow first, but we're gonna do it after my setting spray has melted into that skin. Okay, just like that. If you want to take your little fan to speed up the process, you can do that. All right, and do you see that? Is it giving skin or is it giving skin? Do you see any cakey? No, you don't see any cake, and that's what you're gonna get. Once you do the makeup like this, you're good to go. I feel like I have a little bit of my period. It's just messing up my skin. My skin is not good right now. Anyways, low effort eyeshadow. Let's get to it. My nose is starting to run. What's this sorcery? Okay. Bronzer on the eyelid. Just to tie everything together, get you some bronzer, put it on your eyelid, just like that. Okay? You see that? Put the difference between this one and that one. This one just ties everything together. And again, that's how I do my makeup. Ah! Stop it! This stupid sorcery. I have no cold, by the way. This is just whenever I put the makeup on at some point in time, my nose just chooses to run. Okay. Same thing. Just like that. Put it all over your eyelid. This is our low effort. Child, that's some sorcery. Nobody could tell you why it does that. But every time. Every single time. I don't know if the devil trying to ruin my makeup. No. Then I get my gel liner. Okay. I'm using the gel liner. I'm gonna be I tell you some sorcery, I swear. I'm using the dark brown. This one has a dark brown and also a black. You know what? I'm gonna use the black because I used the dark brown this morning. Let's do the black. Which burns it? Oh, I use my I use the bronzer I used today. I use from thank you. Let me show you. I use it from, what am I saying? Let me just take the product and show you what, I don't know what I'm trying to, this is the one I used today. Black Radiance. Okay. So it's a palette. This is what I used on my eye. Okay. Now, what is it? So I just put it on my eye, get the liner, gel liner. Okay. Low effort eyeshadow. Just put some of the liner right here, back and forth. That's all you need. That is all you need. That is all you need. Get your brush and we start to, I used the Maybelline Fit Me. The shade was Coconut, which is the number 355. Get your brush and then you smudge. Okay? Smudge the liner. Smudge it, smudge it. Okay, that's your low effort eyeshadow. Okay, open your eyes. Pull that out there. Sometimes I take my nail and I just pull it out to get this fake, you know, I call it fake eyeshadow, fake liner. Okay, it's not fake, it's just low effort. That's all. Okay, because I ain't got time. Okay, see how this eye is different from this eye? Yeah. Get you the liner, add some right there in the starting, just to define that area, just to make it look like you actually put eyeliner. We know better. Okay, we did a little fake 1 2 1 2 to get a little eyeshadow, but we really didn't do any work because I do not like to wear eyeshadow. Me and eyeshadow, we don't mix. So I put a bronzer, I put a liner, I smudge it, and that's it. That's it. Okay? I'm not fighting with any eyeshadow, any eyeliner. No. When I put my makeup, I just want to put my makeup and go. I don't want to fight. Okay? I'm not fighting. This is the easiest way to do my liner. That's what I'm going to do, child. I ain't fighting with no eyeshadow. Ooh. Get somebody else to do it. Alright? So let's go over this again. So just get the gel liner. Remember, it has to be a gel because you want it to smudge. Okay? Once this dries, it dries matte. And you aren't able to smudge it. So once you put it on, you have to work with it right away. Alright? Just like that. Back and forth. You're smudging it. Because you're doing your low effort eyeliner. Open your eyes and just pull it out. Like this. Okay, even if it doesn't give you a little sharp eyeliner, at least it gives you something. Okay, because who you playing with? Not me. Go play with your mammy, child. I ain't got time. Okay, get somebody else. I said get somebody else. Okay, get you the liner and just define here. Add some of the product right there. Okay, because I ain't got time to play. You got time to play, not me. Child, I just want to put this makeup and go. Shit. Got me out here losing my mind. Just to make myself look a little bit. The devil is a liar. That's what I'm doing. The liner. Shit. Get somebody else. Get somebody else. Get somebody else. Okay? Shit. I just want to look cute. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with the makeup. Okay, girl? So I'm showing you a way to not fight. Just simple. Get you some bronzer. Put a little liner right there. You don't even have to put the whole thing. Get a brush. Smudge it. Okay? Because Yeah, play with your mammy. Baby, I just want to enhance my natural features and go. That's it. I don't want to look like somebody else. Just put the thing 1 2 1 2, boom bam bam, and I want to go. Okay? Please, I beg. Alright, so that's what we're doing over here. Once you follow the steps, you're good to go, honey. Alright? You got that. You got it. You got this. Okay, I believe in you. I didn't know how to do makeup to save my life. Okay? All I did, I learned how to do the makeup and I practiced every single day. I practiced until I got the makeup. That's how I knew how to do makeup. I promise you, all you have to do is practice. Once you practice and you get that down, honey, nobody can talk to you. I promise you. Okay? Just practice. That's the key. Because once you learn how to do it, that's something you'll never ever forget how to do. Okay? So, practice is the key. Once you know the step, because the steps are repetitive. Once you know the steps and you do it every single time, you have no choice but to remember it. Okay? So, I'm giving you 30 days. We have 25 more days left. Coming on here, the makeup is the same way. I don't do my makeup any other way. If you see me in the streets, child, this is the face you're gonna see. If you see me in the streets and I have makeup on, it looks exactly like this. Okay? Mind you, in person, child, that face looks big. Okay? Because I'm forever being stalked. Okay? Because in person, child, when you get to put this on your face, ooh, people gonna be stopping you, asking you, girl, who did your makeup? Because it's gonna look like your pro did it, but you did it yourself. So all you have to do is learn, practice, practice, practice. I will keep on preaching. Practice. All right. So we have 25 more days. I'm gonna come on here for the next 25 more days to go live to show you how I do my makeup step by step, and you will learn. Okay. You will learn. Alright, so do I put on lashes for the people of God? Do I put on some lashes for the people of God, or do I just put the mascara? Last night I put lashes for the people of God. Now listen. I only put lashes when I have to go to someplace really, really fancy. Otherwise, all you're gonna see me with is my mascara. Okay, because the mascara get me right every single time, child. I don't have to fuss, I don't have to fight. If you get a good mascara that lengthens your lashes, you look like you have falsies on. Now the mascara that does that for me is this mascara from Mary Kay. I promise you, it gives me length, it gives me volume, child. You think I got on some falsies, but I'm gonna indulge you tonight, and I'm gonna show you how to put the lashes. Because I did tell one of my girlies that I was gonna put the lashes, because she asked about the lashes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it tonight. This morning I said that, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do an easy one. Actually, I have this in my showcase. This one, well, some of you might say, oh, that's not easy, but guess what? Let me put on some mascara. Oh, do I have to put the mascara? I don't really have to. Do I really have to? Let me just put a little 1 2 1 2, because it's I'll just do the 1 2. That's it. Because I want to just focus on that lash, and I don't want it to stick in the. Alright, so these are the lashes I'm going to be wearing tonight. Alright, no glue needed. Some might say, but how? Is that some sorcery? I promise you it's not. That's just some glue on the lashes already, and they say no glue needed. So all I do, girls, I take them lashes. Okay, I take the lash. Oh, I have to clean this. This fake wing wanna try to test me. I take the lash. I take my eye, and I just beep, right there. So lashes on. Has the glue already, child. I ain't gotta do nothing but just put the lash on. The glue is on. I do this, and I just put the lash like this. See that? Give me a little extra something, something right there. Right there. This is also in my showcase, FYI. When I don't want to do like a streak, I use this little bad boy. Okay. And she is gonna give me a little bit of length, a little bit of body. Okay. This is the length right there on the corner. So I use this length right there, and then I just go shorter the closer I get to the starting of my eye. It's very easy. All you have to do is just lift and just loop, loop, and it locks on. Swiping, no swiping. Once I get anywhere close, I'll just start to pinch it, because then once I pinch, the glue will spread. Okay, and see that? Lashes. All right. So if you want to get this, again, it's in my showcase. Okay. Easy like that. I'm just gonna add one more piece. A shorter piece actually. Look. This piece right there. This piece is short. Oh, this one is too short. You know what? Let me take a mirror for this one. Just like that. Okay, and then also I'm gonna pinch this piece too. Okay, get a quick lashes right there for you. No stress. Okay, has the glue already. I ain't gotta fight with no glue. No glue sticky, driving me nuts. Okay, once I am done, because I touch hair, I'm just gonna take my bronzer again. I'm just gonna pat it on hair. All right, just to clean it up. Okay. Baby, get through the things. All right. This too, once you practice, you'll be good. You literally just have to lift it. This part, let me show you. This is the glue. The glue's already on. Lift your lashes like this and just press it there. It stays on because it has the glue. The glue is there. Okay? Just lift your that part of your eye, the skin. Let me show you again so you can see. Lift hair. Okay, and just loop it up like that. Just like that. So I'm adding 3 pieces of the long part. Three of these. Okay. And then I just start taking this other one. Now one of my eye is shorter than the other. So just begin to pinch it like this to spread the glue. And the glue will just adhere to your natural lashes. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna put the last little piece, which is a small one, the shorter one. because it's getting closer to the starting of my eye. And I'm going to use this to apply it. Now this eye of mine, as I said, it's shorter. For some reason I find it shorter. It doesn't need as many lashes as this side. I don't know. Is it weird? Am I the only one? Because I feel like I'm all the way in there already. And I only added like that one. I do not think I need it for this one. I'm still gonna just put it there. See that? Like it just add an extra. Made me feel like I want to add an extra one right there. Because look at this one. Pinch. Okay, so the lash is good. Oh, it's fine. We're gonna leave it exactly like that. So this is the lash. It says no glue needed. Again, it's in my showcase. It comes with the tweezer. It comes with these. This I just use all the ones in the bottom hair and some of them hair, and then 2 of these shorter ones to put in the starting of the brow, the lashes. All right, so let me just go back to my bronzer since I touched it a bit, and I'm just gonna just sort it out. Okay, get my bronzer back in there. Okay, again, this is a palette from Real Techniques. Sorry, Black Radiance. That's a bronzer I use as the eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna just take my mascara and just fill in this part, just to tie everything together. Okay, just like that. Okay, see how it just soup dee doo. Whoop dee doo. Just like that, girls. Okay, just like that. Do you see them bottom lashes? Do you see how full it is? Yeah, just like that. Okay, I put my little clusters, which already has the glue on there, so I don't have to add glue to it. All I did was pop it on. Once I placed it on, I pinched it to spread the glue, and that's it. All right, you have a clean band because you have no glue on there, and it comes off clean. The glue doesn't stick in your lashes, nothing like that. Okay, so sorry, I'm just wipe my lip. Okay, always wipe your lip before you add any lip product, because remember, your concealer, your foundation on your lip, your lip product will not show its true color if you have all of that on your lip. So wipe it off, get your wipe it off. Okay, and then move on to the lip. Now, the product I'm using to line my lip is the same thing I use to fill in my brows. Okay, it's a gel liner. It's waterproof. It's in the pomade. It's from Ulta Beauty, and it's, when they say waterproof, it is because it stays on. When I line my lip, I have no issues. And I'm gonna put a lip gloss. Just like that. Lip gloss is from Mary Kay. It's exactly the color of my lips. It gives me shine. And it just brightens my natural lip color. I love that lip gloss so much. See that? How everything just ties in together. That's what you want when you put your makeup on. Now, last but not least, I use a setting mist to lock everything in. This is from Morphe. And I spray that face, child. Okay? Because that makeup isn't going anywhere. Okay? That's why when I get baptized and I dumped in that water, that face was on. Okay? Never moved. Okay, so I spray my setting mist. Look at that on my skin. See that nose running? That bitch. I shouldn't have said that. Why did I say that? That's sorcery. It's sorcery. You're trying to damage my makeup. That's sorcery. Sorcery. Says, why are you running? I don't have the cold. But you're making my nose run. You're trying to mess my makeup up. That's the sorcery right there. You see? So that's the makeup, girlies. Okay? As I said, when you come on the live, this is the makeup you will learn. This is how your makeup should turn out when you do your makeup. Okay? So, 30 days, 30 lives, 30 of this face. Because it's going to be the same face every time. Same makeup every time. I'm just going to be using different products, but same results. Okay, same makeup, same face, same. Okay, so you will learn. As I always say, child, I'm about to go to bed. I don't even know why I'm going to comb my hair, but you know, when you do a makeup and you have your hair and whatever, you just make everything look, you know, you just. Plus, I just like to comb out my hair because it looks so damn good and shiny. Girl, this is a silk press, okay? This is a silk press, okay? You will not believe it when I say to you, my hair is kinky curly. Because this is a silk press, child. Okay? And the silk is pressing, okay? The silk is pressing. Girl, that hair's with my eye. This is a silk press. My silk press is working for me, child. Okay, this is the makeup. How cute. How cute. So cute. Very, very cute. Okay, girls. So, join me on the live. Let me wrap my hair back because I'm about to take this makeup and go to bed. Take this makeup off and go to bed. Give me some painkillers because I don't want this belly ache to wake me up in the wee hours of the night because I know that's what my period is going to do to me. Okay? And my big age, I don't know. I didn't have period pains like that when I was a youngin'. Okay? Now I'm approaching 40. Okay? And this period just want to have me in a chokehold. Like, what? What did I do? You should have shown up like this in my 20s, in my early 30s. You're waiting when, I'm on the cusp of 40 for this period to come and interrupt my life with that type of pain. I don't know. You know, I didn't send for this period to do that. Like, what? I didn't send for you. Are you trying to damage my soul? Please. Who has that issue? I don't know if there's any, you know, millennials in here, but did you have trouble with your period when you were younger or as you got older? Because it's weird. It's very weird that I'm having this much period pains now in my late 30s. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, and I don't like taking painkillers. Like I prefer to just sit there and let that pain do what it has to do and leave me alone than to take a painkiller. So I'm gonna get my hot bottle. Get my hot bottle, put it there so I could put it on my stomach. So at least I could have a little bit of rest, uninterrupted rest with this pain. Anyways, child, I'm talking so much. I know that's not gonna happen, but you know what? Wishful thinking. But yeah, this is the live. I'm just gonna wrap my hair back. I just wanted you guys to just see with my hair down. You know, I have the makeup on. My hair is down. I'm looking so cute. Ooh, and I like to say, oh, this is my hair, girl. This is my kinky curly. In some silk press. Okay, let me just wrap her back because we're about to go to sleep, child. It's 11:23 p.m. Okay, and I gotta be out this house at 6:30. So I need to get enough rest. So right about now, I need to skedaddle out of here. Thank you guys for joining the live. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, same time, 10 p.m. Okay, like I said, we have 25 more days of this makeup, learning how to put on this makeup. So come ready, get your tools, get your makeup. If you don't have the makeup that you need, get them. Check out my showcase. I have the products that I use on there. Okay, get your stuff together, girl. You're gonna learn this makeup by the end of 2025. I promise you. All you have to do is practice. Okay, I know you can do it because I didn't know how to put makeup, and all I did was practice. Okay, and now I'm in the streets going out there and putting makeup for people, child. Okay, professionally. Okay, so just learn, just practice. You got this. You got this, honey. All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Okay, have a restful night. Okay, pray that the Lord covers you with his blood while you sleep, and that you have a peaceful and restful night. All right, see you tomorrow, God willing. Child, there's some thunder crackling at the back there. Ooh, girl. Oh my God, I'm trying to get up on that pain. That pain is shot up in my back side. That's what listen, I'm telling you. Because I sat there the whole time on this live with you all, child, and I have my period, and I have extreme, intense period pains. and I sat there on this lap. I know this was gonna do that. No, I can't even get up. I cannot even get up. I swear to you. I tried to get up there, and the pain in my the devil is a liar, a liar, a liar. The devil is a liar. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, Jesus, I cannot. You know what? Let me end this live. I can't. Listen, I have to figure out what to do. I have to figure out what to do. I can't even shift my butt. Hold on now. Come here. I want you to come up this way, because I need you to see something. Girl, what am I doing? Oh, girl, girl, this is live. What is you doing? Okay, you see this phone? I want to change. You see how I have all of these things on my skin? Yeah, that's because my period is acting up, and I'm upset. Girl, that's too much information. But anyways, good night.